Jonathan, what? Jonathan, what? We saw the gay man. Wait, the gray man.
I don't know if the captain's gonna come in here or not.
Why? What's wrong with the captain today?
He's not. He says our paperwork
Yeah?
are all over the place.
Huh?
He's getting tired. He's saying he can't do it anymore. And I'm telling you right now, he's nowhere near retiring. I assume when he says he can't do it anymore, he means he's going to let us go.
What?
Yeah.
Nah, I've been in this position before. We just got to get it organized. That's
Okay.
all. Yeah. See, I work really, really hard for like the next 24 to 48 hours, and then I just coast for the rest of the year.
You gumshoes, you're disgusting. All your paperwork you're handing in is horrible.
We worked so
Listen
hard.
up, gumshoe boys. If you want to keep this section of the department open, you're going to start following this procedure.
What's the procedure then?
Oh, he didn't email you a version of this procedure, Jared?
Well, hold on. Do you
He
even
showed
have
me
to
a
be here
PowerPoint
right
in
now?
his house on Friday night.
Oh, what?
We had tacos.
Cap, you might as well tell Jonathan.
Listen up! I don't want to know how. I want Alex Garland back at his fucking house tonight. Bye, Cap.
Well, I wouldn't worry about the captain. I'm sure we're going to be just fine.
Okay.
Trust me.
Cool.
All right, so what sort of things should we organize with our communication?
Whatever
and
you
our-
think will make
Cool.
Captain happy.
And our
You guys
kisses.
knew each other back in the 70s, used to walk the beat, and then he just outshined you in every single way possible.
Happens every
Physically, sexually, educationally.
Yeah.
He could talk to people better than you.
Yeah.
He could his handshake is very firm,
Wow.
like a grown man's handshake that you could tell his ancestors used to hold a battle axe. And your handshake is very soft.
Every decade,
like your ancestors
my
finally figured out
partner-
they have hands.
Oh.
Right.
But yeah, as I was saying, like every decade, my partner usually winds up dead mysteriously,
Right.
or absolutely just flies through the ranks.
Yep.
First, it was the captain. It was your mom. Before that,
Yep.
it was great.
Great woman.
Yeah, absolutely. Ooh, yeah.
Keep that up and I'll invite her over here and we'll see what she thinks about that.
So what are we reviewing? Oh yeah, we actually saw The Gray Man.
Yes, now we're
2022.
Yep, okay.
Now I didn't know if you knew this by watching the film, but this is here's a synopsis.
Okay.
When the CIA's most skilled operative, whose true identity is known to no one, accidentally uncovers dark agency secrets, a psychopathic former colleague puts a bounty on his head, setting off a global manhunt by international assassins.
Interesting.
Would you say that was accurate?
Yes, but Chris Evans wasn't a former colleague. He's not part of that program. So he's actually not an ex-colleague.
It's not accurate.
I don't think that's accurate.
Who?
Okay.
See, this is the other problem. I don't go into the details.
Go
of
into
my
the
reports.
details. What part
And that's
of
what we're trying to do here, right? We're filing a report and use
Yeah.
the taxpayers' money appropriately,
Yeah,
and instead of
exactly.
doing actual cases
Yes.
where there are serial killers, child molesters out there just causing so much ruckus, you and I rather
Right.
investigate
Yes.
movies.
Well, I think it's important because they're really
Wait.
changing the times.
Is that why Captain's mad at us?
No.
Because we're not actually solving any real crimes?
No, you think a hard-working man like Captain wants to be here working 22-hour shifts and then go home and put on a bad movie?
All right, so we got our suspects for this movie. First of all, we're not off to a good start. Well, my synopsis of the movie is not accurate.
That's okay. Here, you want to hear this?
Yeah, I'll mark this out.
Tell
Give
me
me the Sharpie.
what movie is this?
I got to mark this out.
You want to
Okay,
hear this?
yeah, go ahead.
Here's the synopsis. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. A highly trained agent goes across the world stopping the injustice that he uncovered. What spy movie is that one?
Could be all of them.
There you go. So you got the perfect synopsis.
We're leading off there.
Yeah,
then.
come on.
So who are our suspects?
Okay, our suspects are. So you tell me who is our
Stars
suspects.
are last. The directors,
Who is?
Anthony and Joe Russo.
That's right.
All right, the writers, Joe Russo, Christopher Markus, Stephen McFeely. Now, this was based off of a book series by Mark Greaney.
Were you here for the first investigation in this movie?
Yeah.
We already know all that stuff.
Well, I'm recapping.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Recapping for Cap. Editors, Jeff Groth is known for The Joker, War Dogs, and Project X. Now, however, I don't think we covered this last guy in our investigation. Pietro Scalia. This is an Academy Award-winning editor.
That's a really big paragraph
and
you have
we
right there.
forgot him. Oh, well,
Next to his name, that's a lot.
well, the Cap wanted me to make really good notes.
Wow.
He actually edited Oliver Stone's Wall Street, JFK. He did The Quick and the Dead. The list goes on. G.I. Jane, Good Will Hunting,
Yeah.
Gladiator,
Oh, wow.
and he even won Best Editing Award for Ridley Scott's Black Hawk Down in 2001.
Oh, man.
We forgot about this
I
guy?
love Black Hawk Down.
I wonder why Cap is just ready to terminate us.
I really enjoy The Quick and the Dead.
Did you?
It's weirdly might be my favorite Western.
Do you know who directed that?
No. And that
Sam
movie,
Raimi.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. And that movie is chock full of characters.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Kind of like a video game. Every character
Every
is a
character
cliche
so
of itself.
cliche. Yes,
Yeah.
and I love that. And
Okay, then also going down the list with our suspect cinematographer, Stephen Windon. And now we'll go into the bottom of the barrel.
ooh,
The stars.
you find that at the bottom.
Absolutely.
Interesting.
Starting with Ryan Gosling,
Yes.
a.k.a. Milquetoast.
Whoa.
Now, I define this because I had to look it up.
Okay.
It just means a man of sucky talent.
That is not what it means.
It means there's a picture of Ryan Gosling holding a piece of toast dunked
So
in
you
milk,
not like
soaked
Ryan
in milk.
Gosling? Why
As
not?
an actor or a human being?
But
I just
I
think
know
he has
someone.
the easiest time as an actor.
What does that even mean?
Because he's like, give me a monotone, expressionless delivery on this line.
Could you do it?
I think anybody could do it.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Don't worry about this guy. He's just another Thursday.
You think you go ahead? Why don't you do a little notebook action?
If you don't go out with me, I'll kill myself.
You don't sound fun, you know?
Neither does he.
He does though. You know what I mean? I just can't explain it. He's enjoyable to watch. I get what you're saying.
Tell me what you want. And he's
What
just like,
accent was that?
It was a Ryan Gosling. You know who had
Tell
better,
me what you want.
You know who
What
had
is
better
that?
line delivery than that? James Vanderbeek. I don't want your life.
That sounded nice, actually.
Yeah,
I like
dude.
that.
All right, so we're now moving on to the next one. Chris
I'm
Evans.
a human. Yeah.
What'd you think of his performance in the movie?
I thought it was good.
Did you know that in the book, his character is actually French?
I don't know if that would have been more fun or fucking annoying.
Well, Chris Evans had the wardrobe and the mustache and look. Do you think he could deliver the French accent? Do you think that's what held him back?
I don't know. It's so hard. I don't think it helped. So you think his performance was held back?
Yeah. How would I describe
Did
it?
you hear that, Chris Evans?
His performance seemed like a spoiled
Whoa.
kid whose daddy was or mommy directing the movie, and he got to like have as much fun as he wanted to with the
Damn.
character.
Shots fired.
And I think he was not a good enough actor to portray the actual character from the book series.
You know what? Before we go any further,
Yeah, go
that
for
was
it.
a good job.
All right, well, yeah.
I
okay.
enjoyed Chris Evans's performance. I enjoyed everyone's performance. I thought Ryan Gosling's performance was good.
At
You really
best.
thought it was mediocre at best?
Yeah.
Wow.
What about Ana de Armas?
I really like the end bit where she's like running up. She's just running from the darkness straight into people. I liked it. I thought the movie was fun. It was a
Billy
fun
Bob
movie.
Thornton? What do you think of his character?
I really don't think he's ever put in a bad performance, to be honest.
Right. What about Julia Butters?
She seems too mature for like her age.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I was watching a Hobbit.
There was one part with her performance, and I think maybe this was a direction too, that kind of threw me off. It was at the very end. Oh, I almost swear. That's another thing we like can't do. Captain got really, really mad at
Yeah, he
the
did.
amount of profanities
Yeah,
we do.
I remember it like it was yesterday. You gumshoe better not cuss. Captain, don't look at me like that.
Gosh,
Captain, I
that
just want to
was-
shut up.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
sir.
Should we tell him that he swore?
Nope.
Okay. All right. So spoilers. Play this record.
He said play it loud.
That was such an awkward scene because
This is
he was
the
like-
end scene?
Yes. So all of a sudden she gets this note that says on a record.
She thinks Ryan Gosling is like all of your last 4 ex-wives. They're either never coming back or they're dead. And nobody knows. Only you.
She's essentially knowing that now Ryan Gosling's alive and well, but he's also going to rescue her. And so she plays it, closes her eyes and ears, and just starts to cry.
Right.
But like afraid, fearful cry. Felt so confusing.
Really?
Did you also feel that way?
No.
How did you feel?
I felt like, dang, that's fucking cool. Ryan Gosling was just like, put this record on and play it loud. That's a big boy baller move.
I guess my only issue was her facial expressions. Maybe they shouldn't have kept the camera on her. I see what they're trying to do, but I think in both those instances, the
Damn.
scene failed. So moving on. Danush,
Oh, you nailed his name.
the lone wolf.
Did you find
from
out who this
India.
is? We are detectives. Please tell me you found out who he
You
is.
want to hear something funny?
Yes.
During this movie, he actually won like the equivalent to the Academy Award in India for a
For?
performance that he's done earlier that year.
Wow, good for him.
So apparently he's like the biggest star in India. Well, what do you think of
Stuff
him in
all
this
in there.
movie?
Yeah, I thought he was fine.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah. Oh, you thought he was great now. Everybody else was fucking not no good, but whoa.
He had
perfect.
morals, and he was like, listen.
Okay, Jesus comes down again.
Yeah.
Gun to my head.
Always?
One nitpick. He's obviously a professional.
Right.
Comes out in a jet, fine suit,
The
expensive
actor
glasses.
or the character?
Both. You're a professional, you're going to do the job. Here's money to do whatever X job. Kick Jared in the nuts.
Yeah.
Oh, and then he finds out Jared has child-sized nuts. So he goes, oh, I'm not going to kick somebody with child-sized nuts. I have morals. I'm out. No. Chris Evans leaves when the compound's being attacked, and he says, don't pay this asshole, and points to Danush.
Yeah.
That's when Danush should have been like, I'm for money. You're not going to pay? I don't work, and leaves. I'm not watching The Gray Man to watch Danush be like, oh, you're a fucking murderer for hire. Now you're going to get morals for a 3-second cameo? Get out of here.
Now, I got a question for you then. Moving on to Colin Mulvey. Did you recognize the guy in the very beginning who played 4?
When I saw his face, I was like, I've seen that actor, but I don't know him.
Yeah, he's got a really cool look.
Is that him?
And I liked him as an action star guy.
His look is just
You know what
perfect.
he seems like, too? He seems like he would be the part 2 of a franchise movie that the main action star didn't want to be in anymore.
It's weird how accurate that was. Damn, that's cold.
Yeah, man, I hit him hard. I've been working in the
You're going after all the actors today.
Yeah.
You can't help yourself.
What about Alfre Woodward?
One of my favorite things is the murder, suicide, sacrifice combo. I love that. It's like, I'm going to kill myself, but I'm also going to take out a bunch of people. And they do it twice in this movie. Mm-hmm. How can I not like this movie? When she did that, I was like, yes.
Well, here's the thing. Like,
and she's a good actress.
You take...
What's her name?
2 heavy hitters. This is Alfre Woodward. So you call in your heavy hitters like for favors. I'm sure the Russo brothers have Billy Bob Thornton and Alfre. I think she, in the time that she had in the movie, totally outshined anything that Billy Bob Thornton was doing.
Damn.
When you get those 2 heavy hitters in there. You know what I mean? They're essentially like glorified cameos. I just loved her. She had so much weight to everything she was saying.
Yeah.
You know who did not have any weight to what they're
Everyone
saying?
else you mentioned because you didn't even like the movie?
Is Roger Jean Page. He's the young guy who played Carmichael. The one who gave Billy Bob Thornton's character his walking papers, as they say in the movie. This is how this guy would act when he's mad. Yeah. He's like slams his hand down on a table.
Yeah. The second I saw him, I was like, he's really young to be working so high up in like
Didn't
the
like
CIA.
that at all.
Neither
that
did
took
I.
me out of the movie.
But then you and me talked about it, and it's like, but there's a 30-year-old and a 56-year-old in the CIA, and they have a higher-up corner office in Langley, telling people what to do, running the gambit.
That's what I don't like about these type of movies. Or what about this? Jessica Henwick. She's the one who played Suzanne Brewer. She was the second to
I liked her.
Carmichael's character.
I liked
What
her.
if it was just her taking over and but her methods and her way of doing things just obviously went in like a blunt instrument, hired Chris Evans' character, that went tits up, and then she was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to fix it. And I'm going to take out Chris Evans' character.
Wait a minute.
All of a sudden, she's like, you know what? That wasn't the right way of doing things, but I'm so powerful. I'm going to readjust everything.
Chris Evans literally the storyline is Chris Evans, and what's the guy's name that you hate?
Carmichael?
Carmichael and Chris Evans' character went to college together. Oh. Remember? I can't believe, how do we forget that? They went, I think they went to Yale and they graduated, and it's just the boys club, and that's why he's using them and he's getting money.
You know what this felt like?
I enjoyed the movie,
This felt like one of those student films where they just get all of their peers.
I cannot believe you didn't like the movie. It's interesting you didn't like the movie because it has... The fighting I thought was awesome. The gunplay was sweet. I love the part where the Lexus comes up to the train and the dude jumps through the window of the car, through the window of the train, and then gets shot. I thought that was great. I was like, that's good stuff.
All right, well, okay, so we're done with suspects. We're moving on to
We're done with suspects?
Yeah. Let's just go down the path. Maybe we can even put Mark Greaney on trial for having such a generic type of book series.
Gee, man.
But moving on to the motive.
What do you mean by motive? Explain it to me.
I think for the Russo crew, this movie really was what they created for Marvel without any of the superheroes. Obviously, I'm not a fan of the Gray Man book series. This felt like one of those off-brand toys that you see where he has the body of Spider-Man and the mask of Batman, and it says Spider-Batman. That's what this movie felt like.
Really?
And it was sloppy.
I cannot believe you didn't like it.
It was just patched together. It was a Frankenstein bit piece of a movie.
Have you ever seen Frankenhooker?
It was like one of those picture frames that have collages with no pictures in them.
Wow, I see. That's so weird.
This placeholder of the movie. Ryan Gosling being Captain America, Ana de Armas being Black Widow. Like
but by that standard, you can just say every action movie made forever now is just, well, if you just replace this person with that.
I also think that's the reason why Punisher movies don't work.
Whoa. Which ones?
All of them.
Really? The Thomas James one?
Yep.
The star of Apache Junction. I heard the role in Apache Junction got him the role for Punisher.
I told him this. When he was in Apache Junction with him, I walked up to him in a bar, and I shushed everybody around the way, and I said, hey, listen, man, Punisher's never going to work. That's a generic action movie. Why do you think the Russo brothers made this movie?
I feel
Going back to formula after falling apart with Cherry.
Well, the Russo brothers must have read the books.
I got that.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what I'm guessing.
It's in the red herring
And
section.
this is just my...
You hear that, Cap? Okay? What'd you think about that?
Tell me those categories.
I'll tell you them right now.
Don't lip me.
Yeah, what? He just left. He didn't even want to hear any of the categories. He just slammed the door, literally.
Yeah.
Him and Santiago, hands in each other's back pockets. That was weird.
Yep.
And they just walked out of the precinct.
Yeah, they're nice.
He didn't want to hear my categories.
They're really cool.
He told us that we should be organized.
Have you hung out with Santiago and his wife?
What?
Oh, they're great people.
Wait a minute.
Cap,
No.
Santiago, Cap's wife, Minnie Agnes, Susan,
on this houseboat?
Me, I'm still sleeping downstairs.
All right. Well, okay. So what do you think the motive was for me?
You know, if you drink enough when you're on duty, they throw you in the drunk tank for free.
You sound like that's the place you want to be.
Well, that's how I get my naps in all the time.
Oh.
I'm tired of sleeping on the streets.
All right. So I got some red herring for you.
I don't eat fish.
No. It's a term for meaning the old switcheroo.
Like the straw man.
No, it's more like when you bust a hooker and she says she's a girl. That's a red herring.
That's happened to me before, but I've never busted a hooker. Okay, keep going.
So, The Gray Man is the debut novel of Mark
Greaney.
Okay, perfect. First published in 2009. The novel follows Six on a mission across Europe to rescue his handler, which I think was played by Billy Bob Thornton, in France from a guy named
Lloyd,
played by Chris Evans, who was a member of the gigantic French corporation and former CIA officer who wants Six terminated in order to shepherd a $1 billion deal for oil interests in Nigeria, where its president in turn wants Six dead for the assassination of his brother.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
That sounds like a way better movie.
It does, but you know...
You know why? Because it also gives Lloyd a reason to want to kill him. You know, he's being...
I like that Lloyd's just fucking crazy.
And he's definitely French.
He's not French.
And, you know, who couldn't pull off a French accent?
Oh, what is your problem right now? Why don't you, what are you doing over here? Why don't you like Chris Evans?
Never meet your heroes, kid.
Okay.
You turned me down in an orgy that he invited me to.
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah?
No one's ever invited you to an orgy.
All right.
Don't fucking lie.
That's true.
You were doing Uber Eats when you got to take...
sound cooler.
Cap told you to hand in your badge and your gun when you went under investigation. And you were doing Uber Eats to make up for it because you have so much goddamn child support. Jared, you don't even have kids. Those women are lying to you. And you ended up going to Chris Evans' house, and you noticed while you're dropping off a double deep dish pepperoni pizza that there was an orgy happening, and you tried to go in, and he put you in an arm lock and embarrassed you and pushed you out the door. Now, everyone at home's wondering, Jonathan, how do you know this? Well, I was at the orgy. Now, don't get confused. I was not participating at the orgy. Chris Evans wanted me to be there for cleanup purposes only. That is why I was there. Because when a naked Marvel action hero puts you in an arm lock, your only defense is to piss yourself. Thank God you have a weak bladder. Because if you didn't, you'd probably be paralyzed right now.
Well, I got some tips from informants. Rio whole wheat.
Nice.
Yeah, this guy gets around.
Is it hard to get information out of him?
Not at all. I just pump him right away. Nice. Well, he tells me, because I guess that's one guy who can get into an orgy. All right, he said there have been several attempts to turn this novel into a film. Initially with Christopher McQuarrie was attached to direct this movie in 2016. This guy does all of the Mission Impossible movies. And then Christopher McQuarrie was set to direct Charlize Theron in this movie. Whoa, a little gender swap there.
Would it have been a gender swap?
Yeah.
Or would she play Arma de Armas'
She might have
character?
played Arma.
Maybe gender swap, though. She knocked it out in Atomic Blonde.
I agree. Whoa,
Love that movie.
wait. Are you saying it's similar to Atomic Blonde?
Yeah, nobody's saying it's not similar.
Well, I think you
have
did.
Spies and/or assassins. Killing or not killing, it's all the fucking same.
Well, okay, then he also found out that Mark Greaney, he's the American novelist focusing on thriller. He is best known as Tom Clancy's collaborator.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Tom Clancy has a lot of video games, has a lot of movies,
Jack
has a lot
Ryan.
of shows. Okay, let's see. How many people have played Jack Ryan? Name all the actors that played Jack Ryan that you can think of.
5.
Who?
Okay, you got Alec Baldwin, Chris Pine,
Keep going.
John Krasinski,
John Krasinski.
Ben Affleck. Oh, Harrison Ford.
That's the big one.
Yeah.
That's great.
Because no one really knows that in, I think, Hunt for Red October, Alec Baldwin's character was Jack Ryan.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't know. All right.
Fact
Did you
check.
know that, let's see. Oh, yeah. Here, Dhanush is one of the best actors in India's film industry.
Right, so this was like a big thing. Oh, you don't know this about me, Jared.
Oh.
But in Slovenia, I was in a show called Good Cop, No Cop.
Oh.
Big time over there. And
What was it about?
it was
Good cop,
about
no cop?
it was about a cop,
Oh.
but he actually just wasn't a police officer at all. So he'd solve crimes,
What
but
kind of
then
crimes
have
would
to
he
do
solve?
time because he'd break into people's houses.
Oh, he's like a vigilante.
Yeah, he pretended he have warrants.
Gotcha.
It was really bad. But in Slovenia, they love me over there.
That's perfect.
Come over here. Nothing.
Wait a minute. Was that more of like a reality show?
I would film me with my iPhone, breaking
All
into
right,
people's
here's
houses,
another reason why
arresting them.
So here's another reason why I know Chris Evans was like a little birthday boy during this movie.
What?
Because he was originally considered for the lead role, but no. He had to cry and say, I want to play the villain.
Jared,
What?
let me tell you some advice.
Okay.
Cop to cop, good cop to no cop. Listen to me. If you're gonna have a grudge with everyone who doesn't invite you to an orgy, you're gonna have a lot of grudges. You need to let it go and just rekindle the love you have for Chris Evans. And I want
So-
that Jared back.
I don't think Rio Holweit's information on this was very interesting, but he said Ryan Gosling, this is the first time he ever signed on for a multi-film franchise role after turning down several DC roles, several Marvel roles.
Well, you know what? I feel like being in a Marvel movie for the established actors, they're just like, okay.
All right, so do you have any informants for me?
I have no informants.
None?
Why do I need to talk to informants when I don't think there was a crime?
Want to hear some eyewitnesses?
Yes.
All right, so moving on.
Move on.
All right, we got Billy Graham. He says, looks okay, but it appears to have the same production values as a typical Gerard Butler film. How much money do you think was actually spent on talent or on screen?
Damn.
Yeah.
Buddy, it's not cheap to book Chris Evans, Ryan Gosling right now. And then especially the other girl who's been in James Bond. Better.
I would say it's better, too.
Yes, this is better than that. Because those films, they didn't really hit me right.
Julia Black says, Ryan Gosling's on-screen charisma is beyond words. Would love to see him in many more mainstream movies.
I would not. I mean, he actually did have charisma. He had some great lines.
Debbie Westwood says, Ryan Gosling is milquetoast, but that's the way I love him.
Is that
He
your
still
online
has
name?
that non-threatening Disney appeal where he is just boring enough to be an attainable fuckboy. I just watch him and think, he could be mine.
Who said that one?
Debbie Westwood.
That's the most accurate description of Ryan Gosling.
All right, Kubrick 1 says Cherry was absolute garbage. The Russos' work is broadcast television.
What's his name?
Kubrick 1?
Who's that?
I don't know. It's
Who
just
does
a
he
guy I
think he
talked to
is?
on the street.
Jesus.
I
See,
work
this is
the
why I'm
beat.
not allowed to do it right
And he
now.
goes, also, by the way, the Russo brothers were never showrunners. They only filled technical roles
What?
on
Oh, my God.
Arrested Development.
Kubrick
Community.
1. Let me tell you the story of Kubrick 1. He was up and coming with the Russo brothers. They went to fucking school and shit together, and he always thought those Russo boys are never gonna make it. You're such a fucking jealous.
He goes on. Do you want to hear the rest of it?
Yes, I do.
He said the most.
Back
to
in
be honest,
Mrs.
so.
Jade's class, when we were learning how camera angles work to tell a story, I realized that the Russo... Is that what it's going to say?
He says, to be honest, the Russo brothers' work for Marvel was blueprint at best. Wow. Everyone knows that Feige treated the Marvel films as a television series. Just look at how the TV series goes. through dozens or more directors, yet maintains the same feel and quality throughout. That's Marvel. Just a tightly run television series.
Oh my God. He hates the Russo boys.
So you
he
think it's
used to
personal?
be in the same class as them. He used to be on the same sets as them. And he was probably such a smug, arrogant little Kubrick one. And he's like, he thought he was going to touch the camera and be the next Steven Spielberg.
Well, when I was talking to him, it actually sparked a debate. Ukfro actually says,
Wait, you have all the eyewitnesses meet in one place?
well, no, I'm talking to one. And then somebody passes by and says, oh, I've seen that. I heard what you just said.
Wow.
I got something to say.
Oh, you're good at this.
Well, you know, I'm a chatty Cathy.
You are.
All right, so Ukfro says, Winter Soldier and Infinity War were arguably two of the best Marvel movies of all time.
And that's the one where he's like, we can't kill people to Bucky Barnes, right?
Yeah.
But then I think they're in Germany, and the German authorities are coming up to arrest Winter Soldier, and Captain America chest kicks like 4 other men.
Yeah, like
100% concaving their chest and exploding their heart.
and slamming up against the wall.
And if they're not
where
dead,
a human body's not supposed to dent a cinder block wall.
Super soldier just fucking flung me down 40 stairs. Yeah, but we can't kill people. Well, him being paralyzed and blowing through a fucking tube to move his wheelchair, totally cool, as long as that boy has a father. Like, what is that? I thought that was a good movie, but I thought that shit was hilarious.
Well, that's
we just
it.
can't hurt them.
So
bing, boom, boom.
Those were the witness reports that I found. Do you have any witness reports? Anybody you talk to?
No need to.
Oh, yeah, you're not allowed to
There's
talk
no
to them.
crime.
Yeah.
Also,
Oh, no,
not
no.
allowed.
This is the crime.
Oh.
I have it right here.
Oh.
This is a copycat crime.
copycat crime.
That's right. It's because I've seen it done before,
Oh.
and they borrowed from everything. The lead character's name was Six. What is that, 007? And they, like, reference it in the movie, think that
You know
that's
they
okay.
say there's no original ideas, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Yes.
There are no original ideas,
Right.
but they don't do this better than what they borrowed from.
That is so crazy.
This
You're
was
comparing
like,
this to every other spy
This is
movie.
compared to like, okay, you know those like paint by numbers?
Yeah.
And you can buy them in themes?
Right.
You'd be like, okay, this is if you bought a paint by numbers
Yep.
collage of James Bond. And you
Uh-huh.
like know exactly what number to put what color on.
Right.
That's this movie.
What? So you didn't like it because it's been done before?
No one's gonna go to jail. It's just a misdemeanor for petty theft and disorderly conduct.
How?
They stole these ideas, didn't make it better. They couldn't even adapt the book properly. I'm
is.
going to penalize and give a misdemeanor
Jared.
to Joe Russo, the writer, Christopher Markus, the writer, and Stephen McFeely, the writer.
Here's the thing.
Those
You
guys
give-
are all
you
getting a
give the
misdemeanor.
Russo brothers
Yeah.
who have Marvel money backing up their pockets.
That's right.
They're just gonna slap you across the face with lawyer after lawyer. You're gonna be off the force
So that's
again.
what's going to happen.
You're
I'm
gonna be
giving them a
under-
slap on the wrist, and they're
you're
going to
gonna be-
slap me in the face.
They're going to be under investigation. You're going to be delivering for Uber again. You're going to be delivering to fucking Hollywood orgies, and you're going to get fucking armbarred and pee your pants.
All right, so you're...
Do not do this.
No, I'm going to
This
do
movie,
this.
okay, how many movies have cons that are on a life sentence
Mm-hmm.
get taken out by the CIA, then trained to do...
You want me to turn my back
I don't
on
want
this
you to turn
crime?
back. You didn't like it because you thought it was just hodgepodge scenes of different spy action
Listen,
movies.
after
cut,
spending at
paste.
least 2 hours with
Uh-huh.
a bunch of muscle boys, I want to leave satisfied.
It's not a crime, Jared. It's
Okay.
it's a action movie. But you are...
Wait a minute.
You
Hold
want...
on a second. Wait. There's a bulge in your pants right now.
What is that?
Don't make me search you.
You want...
I'm going to fucking search you. And if I find a wad of rolled up $100 bills... Okay, so if you... Okay, I'll tell you what. If you split some of that... Okay, we're off. I'm going to turn off the mics.
Turn it off.
Split some of that Marvel money with me.
Okay.
And then I will just make this go away.
I will give you $20. Chris Evans, listen to me. If I find out that Jared has been invited sexually to one of the orgies and I have not, you will find my body hanging in your closet.